Now look, today we're diving into a shocking story out of Dallas, Texas that's been making national headlines and even international headlines. And this isn't just your typical crime case. It's brutal, it's bizarre, and it's raising some really tough questions about immigration, public safety, and how something so small as a broken washing machine could turn into one of the most gruesome crimes we've seen in a while. Look, y'all sit back and relax and stay into the end of this episode because we about to dive right in. Welcome back to another episode of Eyes Low, Belly Full. As y'all know, this marks episode 146. So on September 6th, police say 37-year-old Yordanis Martinez, who was originally from Cuba, unalived 50-year-old Chandra Nagamallaiah, who is a manager of a Dallas motel called Downtown Suites. And when I say unalived, this wasn't just some quick little poke up, little stabbing or something like that. This was a damn beheading. Yeah, I know it sounds like something straight out of a goddamn horror movie, no. Now, here's how it went down. According to police reports, Nagamallaiah confronted Martinez and another co-worker about a broken washing machine. And it sounds pretty small, right? But the confrontation escalated. The victim told them not to use the wash machine, and apparently that message got passed through a co-worker who translated it instead of saying it directly. And that small detail is what set Martinez off. So Martinez left, grabbed a machete, and came back and attacked Nagamallaiah. And Nagamallaiah, he ran off, tried to run towards the office where his wife and son were, trying to get away. But Martinez allegedly chased him down, continued the assault, and eventually decapitated him, all while his family was right there. And afterwards, he reportedly kicked the victim's head into the parking lot and placed it into a dumpster. It's kind of disturbing to even say it out loud. Now, when police arrived, Martinez was still on the scene, covered in blood, holding a machete. And the surveillance footage backed up what witnesses saw. And now he's in Dallas County Jail, facing capital unaliving charges. And in Texas, that's the most serious charge you can get. We're talking about potential life without parole and even a death penalty.
So I just saw a video that said a man beheaded another man in a hotel in Dallas. You ain't just say what I said, right? A man cut off another man's head at a hotel in Dallas. And mind you, the video of him beheading this man is on the internet to see. No, I'm not going to put it on here, but I'm going to tell you what happened. So the man that allegedly did this worked at the hotel. They're saying that him and another guy was in a room cleaning the room. The victim came in and asked him a question. Apparently, the victim was asking him about a broken washing machine. And apparently, the person that did the beheading got upset because instead of speaking to him, the guy that got beheaded started speaking to the other employee because the other employee could speak English better. And like I said, dude felt disrespected. So what did he do after that? They're saying that he put out a machete and he started going to work. Mind you, the victim was there with his wife and his kid. Now, I don't know how they got outside, but the incident went outside into the parking lot and he continued. He continued to use the machete. And again, this man's child and his wife watched another man behead him. Now, the video I seen is when he stood up and grabbed this man's head off the ground. People were recording this. Tell me y'all don't see nothing wrong with that. What's going on right now, man? People wasn't doing this last year. What? I'm going to just say this. I'm not saying there's anything in the water, but something is going on. That shit is not normal. You behead a man because he chose to speak to another man? I'm out.
Now, here's where the story takes another turn. Because Martinez isn't new to the criminal system. Reports show that he's been arrested multiple times in different states for things like auto theft, assault, and even carjacking. So the obvious question is, Why was he out walking around free to commit something like this? Well, comes to find out, he had been in ICE custody, but Cuba wouldn't take him back because of his criminal history. And earlier this year, ICE released him under what's called the order of supervision. That means he was technically being monitored, but he wasn't locked up. And that decision is now being heavily criticized. People are saying that this tragedy could have been preventable. Now, on the surface, this looks like an argument over a washing machine, which makes no sense. But when you look deeper, you see the bigger picture. I mean, you've got a guy with a history of violence, maybe some serious anger or mental issues, and maybe some cultural or language barriers that made the argument worse. Now, combine all that, and you got a recipe for disaster. It's a perfect storm that turns something small into something catastrophic. I mean, it's already red flags that he was committing different crimes in different states inside the U.S. already. And he got arrested for it, like carjacking and assault and things of that nature. That's already a red flag. But the fact that y'all tried to send him back to his own country, Cuba, and his own country didn't want him back because of his criminal history, that should really tell you something. He shouldn't be free out on the streets. You feel what I'm saying? Especially if he already committed a crime. Like, that's wild. And let's be real. Stories like this are tough to process. It's tragic. It's brutal. And for the family in Nagamallaiah, their lives has been changed forever. They didn't only lose a husband and a father. They watched the whole thing unfold. And that type of trauma just doesn't go away. And on the flip side, this isn't just about one crime. It's about a system that allowed a man with a known violent history to slip through the cracks. And it's also about whether we're doing enough to keep communities safe. Because the fact that something can start off so small as a small argument and turn into and explode into the unthinkable is crazy. Now, I want to hear what y'all think about this situation. Was this a complete system failure? Or was this just an unpredictable tragedy that no one could have stopped? Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And if this video resonated with you, go ahead and hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up and also subscribe and hit that bell notification for more episodes. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.